Hello everyone, this is Shannon Dale Fernandez, and I will be reporting about how computers communicate with one another. Notice how the computer uses different ways to connect to certain devices. The computer monitor uses a wire to connect to the computer unit, while the mouse wirelessly connects to the laptop. Depending on the situation, computers use different connection methods to do their task. There are two main types of connections, wired and wireless. Wired connections, like the one between your computer unit and monitor, are generally more stable and faster. They use physical cables to transmit data. This is often seen in devices that require high data transfer rates, like monitors, where visual data needs to be constantly and quickly updated. On the other hand, wireless connections allow devices to connect without the need for physical cables. Your mouse, for example, might connect to your laptop via Bluetooth. This method provides more mobility and convenience, but it might be less stable and slower than wired connections. The choice between wired and wireless often depends on the specific needs of the situation. For example, a wired connection might be preferred for gaming where speed and stability are crucial, while a wireless connection might be favored for a presentation where mobility is key. System bus. A computer system on its own communicates through what is called a system bus. A system bus is a pathway composed of cables and connectors used to carry data from a computer's peripheral devices, monitor, keyboard, mouse, etc., to the CPU and the main memory. In a computer system, the communication between the CPU, or the central processing unit, main memory, and peripheral devices like the monitor, keyboard, and mouse is facilitated by a system bus. This is a computer system layout prevalent in the 1970s and 1980s. It is called a single system bus design, which is a type of organization where all components of the computer, like the CPU, memory, and peripheral devices, are connected through a shared communication line known as the system bus. This modular organization allowed for easier expansion and modification because components could be added or removed without disrupting the entire system. There are three types of buses: the data bus, address bus, and control bus. Data bus. A data bus can transfer data to and from the memory of a computer, or into or out of the CPU. Examples of pieces of information that traverse the data bus include files transferred from a flash drive to the computer's hard drive and a document sent to the printer for printing. It describes the function of a data bus in a computer system. A data bus is a system within a computer that allows for the transfer of data between different components, such as the computer's memory and the CPU. It can also facilitate data transfer to and from external devices like flash drives and printers. Address bus. The address bus is used by the CPU to specify a physical address for instructions, files, and other devices within the computer system. For example, in a given computer unit, there are typically 6 to 8 USB ports. The address bus is responsible for checking which of the USB ports has a printer connected to it, along with the mouse, keyboard, speakers, and sometimes even external drives. It describes the role of an address bus in a computer system. The address bus is a type of bus used by the CPU to identify where data needs to go or come within the computer. It helps the CPU locate and interact with different devices or components such as USB ports, printers, keyboards, speakers, and external drives. Control bus. The control bus is used by the CPU to communicate with other devices within the system, while the address bus carries the location of the data and the data bus carries the actual data being processed. The control bus carries commands or instructions from the CPU. It also transmits status signals from devices indicating if they are ready or not. Common commands like read or write are transmitted through the control bus. For example, if you try to save a file to a flash drive that has been disconnected from the computer will display an error message because the destination location cannot be sent through the address bus. In response, the CPU sends a halt instruction via the control bus, stopping the data transfer through the data bus and prompting an error message. It explains how the amount of data transmitted through the system bus depends on its size. Modern computer systems typically use a 64-bit bus, while many still utilize a 32-bit bus. It is important to note that the computing size mentioned refers to the hardware level, not the software level. It is recommended to use software programs that match the hardware's bus size to prevent overheating. For instance, if your computer has a 32-bit bus, it's advisable to use 32-bit software to avoid straining the hardware. However, a 64-bit bus can handle both 32-bit and 64-bit software applications. Thank you for listening to my discussion. The next topic will be handed to my partner, Ms. Ambong.
In this video, I will tackle about how computers connect to other computers. The next step in knowing how a computer is able to connect to other devices is to understand how a computer connects to another computer. Earlier, computer peripherals using wired or wireless connection are mentioned. It is also similar when a computer wants to connect to another computer with or without wires. Computer network systems. Computers are able to communicate with another over networks. A computer network is an interconnection of two or more computers. This interconnection gives these computers the capability to share information and resources. These are several types of networks, mostly depending on the number of computers in it, how they are used, and what type of technology is used in its connectivity. Below are some of the computer network systems. First, we have PAN, stands for Personal Area Network. It is a type of computer network that is used for connecting devices in close proximity to an individual. Typically, within a range of 10 meters or less, PANs are designed for personal use and allow for the interconnection of personal devices, such as laptops, smartphones, tablets, and wearable devices. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are commonly used technologies for creating PANs. Bluetooth PANs enable devices to communicate wirelessly over short distances, typically up to 10 meters. This allows for the transfer of files, sharing of internet connections, and connecting peripherals like keyboard and speakers. Wi-Fi PANs, on the other hand, use Wi-Fi direct technology to establish a direct connection between devices. Without the need for a traditional Wi-Fi network or internet access, this allows a device-to-device communication and file sharing. PANs are useful in various scenarios, such as sharing files between devices, printing wirelessly, and connecting peripherals. They provide convenience and flexibility to personal or for personal computing and communication. Second, we have LAN, stands for Local Area Network. It is a computer network that connects devices within a limited geographical area, such as a building, office, or home. LANs are used to facilitate communication and resource sharing among devices in close proximity. Here are some key points about LANs. LANs can vary in size, ranging from small home networks with a few devices to large enterprise networks with thousands of devices. LANs are typically used for local communication and data sharing. They allow devices such as computers, printer, servers, and storage devices connect and interact with each other. LANs can be wired or wireless. Wired LANs use Ethernet cables to connect devices, providing a reliable and fast connection. Wireless LANs use Wi-Fi technology to connect devices without the need for physical cables. LANs often use network switches or routers to manage the flow of data between devices. LANs can be secured using various security measures such as firewalls, encryption, and access control mechanisms to protect against unauthorized access and data breaches. On the other hand, we have WAN, stands for Wide Area Network. It is a type of computer network that spans a large geographical area, connecting multiple local area network or other networks together. WANs are designed to facilitate communication and data transfer over long distances. Here are some key points about WANs. WANs connect devices and networks that are located far apart, such as different offices, branches, or even countries. The Internet is the largest example of a WAN, as it connects networks from around the world. WANs are various technologies or protocols to transmit data over long distances, including leased lines, MPLS, multi-protocol level switching, VPNs, virtual private networks, and SD-WAN, software-defined wide area networks. WANs often rely on service providers to establish and maintain the network infrastructure. WANs can be used by businesses to connect their remote offices, enable data sharing, and facilitate communication between employees in different locations. WANs can also be used by individuals for accessing the Internet, making long-distance calls, and accessing cloud services. Overall, WANs play a crucial role in connecting network and enabling communication over large distances, making them essential for businesses or individuals alike. Thank you for joining to our report. I hope you found the information helpful and informative. Remember, staying informed is the key to understanding the world around us. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. Wishing you a great day ahead.